And now, a video postcard from Tawny's Register of Very Special Places. Just off an old road on the outskirts of Hermon, New York, along a slow stretch of the Grass River, is a nostalgic treat, the Lazy River Playground. The drive down the old access road is a trip back to a different time, where summers were spent roller skating in the playground's simple wood frame pavilion. You can still stroll down to where folks used to swim in the river or have a cookout at the Handmade Grill. This summer day is special. It's the annual reunion for the Holland family. For over 50 years, Leona and her husband Harlow have come to Lazy River, later bringing their kids, then grandkids, for a day of family fun. In fact, Lazy River is where Leona and Harlow first met, back when she used to walk several miles to get there.
Well, we've been coming here for over 50 years. He got to where he'd skate with me to Goodnight Sweetheart and maybe Patty Page singing Tennessee Waltz and things like this. He says, well, if you'll let me take you home, I'll come back and pick you up that night. So I said, okay. So he drove me home, and we started going together, and this was in May, and we got married in November. Oh. And we've been married now for 51 years. This has a lot of special meanings.
The proprietor of Lazy River Playground is Red Grandy, who grew up on the nearby family farm, and years later retired from a distinguished career as chief photographer for Stars and Stripes newspaper in Europe.
The reason that my dad built this is because my brother and myself both went into the Air Force, and he had nobody to milk these 24 cows. I mean, yeah, just himself and my stepmother. And he was holding public dances the first summer, but he didn't make any money doing that, so he switched over to roller skating, and then he built a lot of picnic tables, and then a miniature golf course. Then he had boats to rent and horses to ride and a merry-go-round and shuffleboard, these things. Then he built some camps. He has 5 camps down here. So over the years from 1942, those first 15 or 20 years, he developed it into Lazy River Playground.
I kind of grew up here. I spent the first 19 years of my life right here almost all of the time, and then later came back with my family, and they spent a lot of the time here.
Dad originated all the ideas, built the golf courses, which is pretty unusual for this part of the country. And
he used to have about 7 or 8 different boats, and they'd rent them out by the half an hour. And they even used to, when we used to have swimming, we used to rent bathing suits. People didn't have bathing suits back then. So when they would come in for parties, they would want to go swimming, so they'd rent a bathing suit. The big thing for about 30 years was the roller skating. And he used to have roller skating on Wednesday nights and Saturday afternoons and Saturday nights and Sunday. And that would draw crowds, local crowds from Russell and Hermon, and everybody would come to roller skate. He had a big roller skating following.
And many times Dad had the job of taking the kids home, because the parents wouldn't show up, so he ran sort of a bus service for them, yes, too.
At night, the Lazy River Playground comes alive. You can play miniature golf under the lights or skate and dance in the old roller rink. Originally built as a dance hall, it was soon converted to a rink, where skates are still available to rent. Places with the nostalgic charm of Lazy River are rare anymore, but have loyal followings where they do exist.
There is a rekindling of an interest in smaller places like this, apparently, especially, well, our first-hand knowledge is this one, of course, but people seem to be really interested in finding out what Lazy River is. And
yeah. In fact, a little bit more than Red really likes now, because it keeps him too busy.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, and keeps me going here. I mean, I can't even retire because they keep booking a year in advance. All of a sudden, I mean, the last couple of years, I see people coming back to it, that they want to come back and reminisce, and it's a place that's not changed as much as the rest of the world.
For those who remember this summer place from their youth, or who return occasionally, it is a happy reminder of having fun with friends and family the old-fashioned way. That makes Lazy River Playground a very special place. Learn more about Tawny's Register of Very Special Places and how you can nominate a landmark in your own community. Visit www.tawny.org and click on the link next to the RVSP logo. You'll find all of the RVSP locations listed there, or visit us at www.wppstv.org.